Hi, I'm Lynn, and today we're going to be walking at Landons Bay. These are just a few of the beautiful sights you're going to see along this trail as we head out in early spring to Landons Bay. This trail has a lot of benches. It's actually hot up here, and the wildlife is starting to come out of its nests. So come take a hike with us. Landons Bay is part of the Thousand Islands provincial park system here in Ontario, just off the St. Lawrence River in the Thousand Islands, real close to the American border. And it's still early spring, no leaves are on the trees. We got a good wind going today, so it's going to be nice walking, no bugs or anything like that. But it's still early, so we're seeing the park not at its best. But the nice thing about it is it should be quiet and there's lots of views in here. Last time we were at Jones's Creek Park and we had just seen a couple of flowers coming up. But I see a week later we've got a lot more flowers beginning to show as we get closer to spring. We're just hitting the 1st of May, and it feels like we're really behind. But I see here in the sunshiny spots, we got lots of beautiful flowers all over the place, which is a really good sign. Spring is finally coming to Canada. It feels like it's taken a long time this year. But I don't know if you can see. But if you look around, now in all the nooks and crannies, there's little flowers. I don't know how obvious that is in the camera, but it's pretty. In last week's video too, I was having problems with my camera being steady. The mount was kind of wobbly on it for some reason, so we've tried to adjust it today, so hopefully you won't be getting seasick as we take you on this walk. I have to apologize for that last time. Oh, and here I see the trilliums are coming up. This is Ontario's national flower. It's not in bloom yet, but look, there's a bud, a trillium. And maybe, if we're lucky, we can find one that's in bloom. I think next week the trilliums might be all out. These are all trilliums. And they weren't here last week.
Our bush will come out too.
Yeah. So as I mentioned, Landons Bay is just off the Thousand Island Parkway, which is running parallel with the St. Lawrence River. And the St. Lawrence River is the natural boundary between Canada and the United States. Where we are, it's dividing Ontario in Canada and New York State in the United States. Our farm, we run a sheep farm in Joyceville, Ontario, which is roughly, 15 minutes from here. So, because farmers can't get away too often, we try to do all the local trails as often as we can. Here's some more nice flowers. I'm focusing on the flowers because, like I say, it's been such a long time coming. Oh, so pretty. So this year on our hike is the Wandering Shepherds, which is what we would call ourselves when we're not at Ewetopia Farms, which is our sheep farm. We're gonna try do hikes on the same trails but at different times of the year, so that you can get a feel for what it's like around our area during the different seasons, because where we live we do have 4 seasons and they are all quite different. Oh, and here we got some beautiful purple flowers as well. What a difference a week makes. So we're seeing a little bit more of life in just 1 week because the seasons are short up north. So once things start to get moving, they move quickly, because winter's gonna set back in a few months. So all our plants have to be quick growers. The trees around here are a mixture of hardwood deciduous trees and some coniferous trees mixed in. So there's always a little bit of green here year round. The main types of trees that you'd be finding in this wood are oak trees of various varieties, maple trees, ash trees, pine trees, spruce trees, hemlocks. And I wish you were here right now because it smells just wonderful. You can smell all the, I don't know, it's the leaves and it smells like Christmas almost because of the pines. Now this can be a really short trail or a long trail. Where we're heading first, where the trail goes first, is the most popular spot. And this heads up to a lookout. And a lot of people just go for the lookout and head back. But I would advise not doing that and continuing on, because there's a lot of beautiful things to see in this park. As you can see, Arnie's heading up the trail. This is not a difficult trail. This is probably the biggest elevation right at the very start, going up to the lookout. And pretty well anyone can do this trail. That being said, if you're just starting out on the trails for the first time this year and haven't been exercising all winter, it takes your breath away. It's steep. And basically all the trails in our area are like this, in that they're dirt trails with the odd boardwalk put in here and there if you get to a real mucky spot. But they're pretty rustic, rugged, nothing fancy. You're hiking in the outdoors for sure. And for people who want to rest, this trail has a lot of benches right before the upward walk, and right at the top there'll be one too. Up we go. It's really nothing. But they really are concerned about you having a break. So if you're like Arnie, they have a bench everywhere you go. So you can catch your breath.
Senior people.
Like us. Oh, we got a different one here. I think these are dogtooth violets, is that right?
One behind you too, and actually they're all over the place behind you.
Here we got a bit of a scramble. And you can hear the chickadees. One of the birds we have in abundance here. And they're here year-round too. Hardy little birds. And da-da-da-da. This is what everyone comes to this trail for. And it is really nice. But I really, really encourage people who come here to continue on, because there's a lot of nice spots in here. I'm not showing you the reveal yet, but in a minute you'll see it. Okay. Wait for it. This is granite.
Granite, yep.
So it's a granite cliff. So we're quite high up here. That is the Thousand Islands Parkway. This is just a little bay that comes in here, which I'm assuming is Landons Bay, with all our swans who have come back to spend the summer with us. And across the parkway is the St. Lawrence River, and there's 1,000 islands in there, hence the name the Thousand Islands. And on the far side of the river you will hit New York State. That's Arnie. And flying over here is an osprey. Don't know if we can catch that.
They're actually quite large. They're quite a wingspan.
Yeah, they're an eagle. Type of fish eagle, right?
Yeah, I think you're looking for something. He's diving towards the water. So.
I can try show you the drop here if I can get close enough. Yeah, can't go too close. Nope, can't see it. Can't get any closer than that. Way too scary. But believe me when I say it's very high up here. it's actually hot up here. There we go. And then a lot of people turn back here and go back the way we came. It's just a 10-minute walk. But otherwise, you take this Granite Ledge back down into the forest and go walk along Landons Bay that we saw from up above. Definitely worth going down there. One more glance at the waterway as we go up this other ledge. No leaves yet, but they're coming.
So we're just heading on our way down now. We don't have a GoPro yet, but I think we're going to go and get one. That we can get the camera to be a lot more steadier. So we're just heading down. It's not too bad actually. And the Parks Canada have these little boxes in the park to see how many people are traveling the trails. So this trail here is only about 20 minutes away from our house. So we come here quite often. And I'm always doing the lead. And right now, since I'm catching up to Lynn, there's another bench. What is that stuff anyhow? Maybe someone got married here or something. Okay, honey, we're heading this way. This way right here, hon. Lynn's in the lead now. She's picking out the trail. She says she's overheating. She took her sweatshirt off. And we're going down into the ravine. I think we're going into the pines right now. Oh, these are hemlocks.
We're still descending down from the rock outlook. And we'll be walking along the forest floor shortly. But before we go there, we're going to be heading through some hemlocks. And on hot days, the hemlocks make the trail nice and cool. And they always look kind of creepy and I don't know. The coniferous forests are always my favorite. The needles on the floor make everything more silent, and it's darker and shady, and just a real cozy feeling to the coniferous forests. But in the fall, we're gonna say we love the deciduous forest when all the leaves are changing colors. And we get a wide range of colors here, from yellows, orange, reds,
and I guess
everything in
this
between.
is what you would call a tree hugger.
I thought maybe you thought I might be a squirrel.
No,
Not a big log, eh?
didn't pass my mind.
Isn't that a beautiful tree? Eh?
Yep, beautiful tree.
I'm going to guess it must be 100 years.
Oh, probably.
I mean, how long does it take to grow a pine that big?
I'm guessing 100 years or more. It's a nice one. Well, look at the size of that one. That's even thicker, I think. But that's a different one.
Can you go around like that? Honestly, that's kind of harsh. It's kind of rough.
But that's a different one than that big one over there.
Oh, what's that say there?
Fern Glen.
This is a different type. This is a maple. Okay. Yeah, this is the maple. With it? Yeah.
It's a really, really windy day out today. But in the forest, you can hear the wind, but it's pretty still. And the wildlife is starting to come out of its nests or caves. And if you're lucky, you can see it. Oh my God, you don't want to see that. Oh my God, we got the elusive red trillium, and look, maybe you can lift it up.
It's not in bloom yet.
Yeah, this one is.
No, yeah, maybe not.
Yes,
Wait.
the little one at the bottom. There it is. It's in bloom. So white is the most common color, but occasionally you see a red one.
Yeah, this is a red one. This one's not up yet. I'm thinking it's getting the heat here from the sun, see?
That's right.
So, because that's
Nice
not normal.
nice sheltered spot.
Yeah, actually, the answer is really healthy too. We're going to do the bay trails up here. So there's other trails back there, babe. And
Yeah.
we're not going to do it.
We're not?
Well, if you want to, it's a real long one, eh?
Well, that's the one that goes down that, no?
This is a bay trail. Look.
I think this is the way we go. We're having a dispute over which way to go. But I think we want to go in and then loop back so that we're on the water side for a long time.
Okay, so this is the one that's really long. This will take you 2 hours to come back. Or we're just gonna do the Donnaville Trail right up and down by the water.
So we're gonna follow Arnie's route. Because again, we got a late start to the day. We have to do all our sheep chores in the morning, so it's not always easy to get out early when you have a whole bunch of sheep to feed. Yeah, except hobbits are little.
And you know how I can tell I'm a hobbit?
How?
Well, because I'm short. Look,
I was gonna say,
I'm a hobbit.
before you weren't looking like a hobbit, you were looking like a giant.
I'm a hobbit. Like a praying mantis.
So Arnie's phone went for a swim, so we're hoping it's okay. Should be. I think these phones are pretty good at being resistant. That's another reason we need to get a GoPro.
Well, my phone just took a swim and it's still working. Well, I never thought I would do that.
another red trillium. In the summer, this little waterfall is not here. So this is the nice part about the spring trip here, because of the water. Beautiful moss-covered rocks here. This time of day we got a lot of backlit haze. This is kind of a rockfall area because we're going into a really big cliff face. These are quite tall cliffs here. For our area, quite tall. Everything's relative. You have to always bear in mind that this is Eastern Ontario, which is generally pretty flat. So we're liable to call something like this, which is a big gorge, a mountain. Whereas this would barely be a hill for some countries. Goal is to see these swans. He's going to try capture them from this viewpoint, and I'm going to go on ahead to the other viewpoint. Okay, we just took a long break there, photographing the trumpeter swans. So we'll see how those pictures turn out. But these are the two we were filming. They sat and posed for us for quite a while. But now we'll leave them to it. They sat there grooming their feathers the whole time. Just beautiful birds. We didn't have them this far south before. You'd see them migrating. But now a lot of these swans will actually stay here and overwinter here. But it used to be a rare thing. And I see this bay is just full of them. It's hard to see them on a digital zoom, but those are all swans. And here we are right at water level. Bye, swans. They put a wood duck nesting box here, but it's right beside the trail, so I can't see any ducks going in there, but it would be nice if they did.
Well, it's just chipmunk above this rock here. See him looking at me? I got him perfect right now. They're probably near sighted, eh? So he's waiting for me to move, eh? Wouldn't they be near sighted?
Yeah.
Got a good spread in those front feet. Whoa.
Did you get them?
Yeah, I got him perfect.
But did you zoom in?
Yeah, watch there. Look at him. Oh yeah, I got a perfect picture of him. You're gonna like this one.
Yeah, I think we gotta go out next week or the week after, because then I think there'll be trilliums everywhere.
Yeah, the flowers will just be out.
As we head back into the sun. This is always a nice, easy hike with a lot of nice scenery, water features, hills, rocks, trees. Usually you'll see some wildlife. And it's only 5 minutes from the town of Gananoque, where afterwards you can grab a bite to eat. Or if you drive a little farther, you can drive on over to Ewetopia Farms and see a working sheep farm in action. If we're not out with our wandering shepherd's hats on, doing a hike. Every time we're here, Arnie has to fix the little wall here where the stones break free over the winter. You gotta do your part to keep the trails good. There he is. We were hoping we'd get to see a snake too. Nearing the end of the trail now. We only did a short portion of this trail. It's much longer, but I think we did the nicest part of the trail. It's nice to hear the birds and stuff on this trail at Jones Creek trail the other day. You couldn't hear any birds or anything, but today seems to be the day where spring is starting to spring. Spring is sprung. This is my pet peeve about people who walk their dogs, especially in parks. They put out baggies for your dog so that you can pick up their droppings, and you're supposed to bring them out with you. But this is inevitably what people do. Oh, I've done a good thing. I picked it up, put it in a plastic bag, and left it on the trail. For what? Someone else to pick up? It's very, very rude. Not to mention, like, if you're going to do that and you're spreading plastic garbage, why not just let your dogs have a poop in the leaves? It is organic matter, fertilizer for the forest, as long as it's not on the footpath. But this is ridiculous, and I see it everywhere. And yeah, you almost wish they had park police to catch people who do this, because I would love to question what the mentality is of someone who takes the time and effort to actually package it up and then just drop it there. What do you guys think? Do you see this too? I don't know. This doesn't make sense to me. I mean, the people you think that are coming out on a hike into nature are not the type of people doing that. But unfortunately, I find when you are in a park that's closer to town, they bring their city ways here, and I don't know, it's not nice. Like, we passed, the few people that we did pass were carrying like Tim Hortons frozen coffee cups and stuff. And I would probably guess that all of those cups are going to stay here. And couldn't you drink it before or after? Or bring a recyclable cup and bring it home and wash it? Just a pet peeve. People come out to nature so that they can put all the city stuff and garbage aside and pretend that the world is a beautiful place, which it is, as long as we don't get involved with it and mess it all up. Here's some more beautiful flowers. So I told you it was a windy day today, but while we were in the forest, you probably thought it's not windy at all. But we're nearing the outskirts of the woods right now, and I see the wind is still howling out here. I believe this park, if you go farther down this road here, there's a campground back there, so you can camp overnight and stay here for as long as you want, I guess. And I believe a lot of people do go there in the summertime. But these parks aren't open till Victoria weekend, and that's still a couple of weeks away now. Always when we go to Landons Bay, we park at the parking lot across the road, which is free parking. At this time of year, it's free anyway because the park is closed, but normally you pay for parking. But there's a free parking lot across the road, and not only that, it's right on the St. Lawrence, so it's a beautiful place to start and end your hike. Here we are. It's just a beautiful spot, except for the parkway, which is annoying. You have to tolerate, but the parkway only allows cars on it though. There's no big trucks or anything like that, so it's not that bad. But welcome to the St. Lawrence and the Thousand Islands. That's what we're looking at right here. All those pieces of land there that you see, it's not the other side. They're all islands over there. So from Lynn,
Arnie.
thanks for joining us, and don't forget to give us a thumbs up and take a hike with us on our next video. Until then, bye for now.